Sweet potatoes are one of my favorite foods. You can bake them, mash them, fry them, and they're always delicious. Today I'm going to show you my recipe for a vegan superfood sweet potato pie that will boost your immune system and have you coming back for seconds. A good rule for healthy eating is to enjoy as many brightly colored fruits and vegetables as possible. Sweet potatoes are no exception. The bright orange hue is from carotenoids which, like in carrots, are transformed into vitamin A in your body, which helps with your eyesight, and it's also an antioxidant. They're also full of vitamin C, vitamin D, and iron to help strengthen your immune system. For more information on the incredible superfoods in this recipe, visit cleanworkout.com at the link below. Now, onto the crust. You cannot have a good pie without a good crust, and this coconut oil superfood crust is no exception. It's flaky, flavorful, and holds up well on the plate. Here's how to make it. Start by sifting together 1 1/4 cups of flour, 1 tablespoon of sugar, 1/4 teaspoon of fine sea salt, and 1 teaspoon of cinnamon. Whisk this up and put it in the freezer to chill for at least 15 minutes. It's important to chill your flour mixture because when you add the liquid coconut oil, it's actually going to create the consistency of butter in normal pastry dough. Add the liquid coconut oil 1 tablespoon at a time, pressing it in the flour with your fingers. You want a sandy, slightly clumpy consistency. This time it took me 7 tablespoons of coconut oil. If your flour is warming up, cover it again and freeze it for another 15 minutes. Remove it from the freezer and add your ice water 1 tablespoon at a time until a dough forms. Pour your dough onto plastic wrap and roll it into a disc shape. Roll it out at least half the size you'll need it for your pie, as this will make rolling it out easier later. Roll it between the plastic wrap to keep it from sticking and to minimize cleanup. Place your rolled dough in the refrigerator if you're planning on using it within the next couple days. Otherwise, put it in the freezer where it'll last for up to a month. Now we're going to start on the sweet potato filling. Because this is a vegan pie, I'm going to use chia seeds in place of eggs, and they're a great binder for dense foods like this. To make our chia binder, grind 1 tablespoon of chia seeds in a coffee or spice grinder. For the equivalent of 1 egg, use 1 tablespoon chia powder and 3 tablespoons of hot water. I do not want to waste any of the powder, so I'm using 1 tablespoon plus 1 teaspoon chia powder to 4 tablespoons of hot water. Whisk up the mixture and let it stand about 10 minutes while you prepare your filling. Try to use all your chia powder at once, because if you keep it around, the air will actually spoil the sensitive omega-3 fatty acids that you've broken inside the seed. Start with about 1 1/2 cups of plain sweet potato puree. Just boil your sweet potatoes, drain, and mash. To that, I've added 1 1/2 teaspoons of fresh grated ginger for a spicy kick and anti-inflammatory benefits. Next, add 2 teaspoons of ground cinnamon, half a teaspoon of ground turmeric, and half a teaspoon of vanilla extract for flavor. Don't forget a pinch of salt and a splash of coconut cream. This will give the filling richness and a smooth consistency. Mix the spices into the puree before adding your sugar and chia paste. Start with 1 tablespoon of brown sugar. Taste your filling and adjust the seasonings to your preference, noting that not all sweet potatoes have the same level of sweetness. If you notice your filling is too thick, add a bit more coconut cream. Press the chia seed paste into the filling to make sure everything is evenly mixed. Have a final taste to adjust the sweetness and check the texture. When you are ready to use your dough, remove it from the freezer about 40 minutes earlier to thaw, or about 10 minutes earlier from the fridge. I like to roll my pastry directly on the plastic wrap because it helps you transfer it to the pie dish later. Roll your dough about 1/4 inch thick. If it's getting sticky, lightly dust it with flour. With the help of your rolling pin, gently transfer the pastry to your pie plate. If you don't have a pie plate available, use an oven-safe baking dish. Shape it in place and trim off any extra crust. You can bake the trimmings on a separate sheet pan. Just sprinkle with sugar and cinnamon for a healthy, crispy cookie. Although this crust does not puff as much as a traditional butter pastry, I still dock the bottom with a fork. If you are using your crust for a raw filling, bake it at this point about 400 degrees for about 20 minutes, or until you see it's golden brown. Because I want to bake the spices inside the sweet potato filling, I'm going to bake this at 400 for about 20 minutes, then drop the temperature to 375 for another 15 minutes. This will make sure the bottom of the crust bakes through. Let your superfood sweet potato pie stand for about 30 minutes before cutting and serve with a dusting of icing sugar. Finally, a dessert that you can feel good about finishing. For more information on the superfoods used in this recipe, visit cleanworkout.com. And don't forget my channel for more food, beauty, and travel tips. Thanks for watching!